Can I have your attention, please?
May I have your attention, please?
Can I have your attention, pretty please? We live in the attention economy, and essentially what that means is as content has grown increasingly abundant and immediately available, attention becomes the limiting factor in the consumption of information. I battle with this every day as a strategy consultant that produces a ton of content, but so do my consumer packaged goods clients that I work with. And if you actually think about this, I compete directly with my clients for the same scarce resource. But I also compete with a ton of companies, mega companies like Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and honestly any other company or person that's seeking the consumer's attention. On Thanksgiving a few weeks ago, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you might have seen me make a post essentially thanking my connections for consuming my increased amount of daily content and giving me some of your attention, be that a few seconds, minutes, hours, over this past year. And I went on to share that I've never forgotten the value exchange that goes on with a successful content creator. And that is essentially that if you are giving me any unit of your attention, I need to basically give you value to the level, or in my case, I always kind of seek above that level of value in return to you for those units of attention. It doesn't work if I'm constantly producing content and you do not believe these things are valuable. I essentially think that our attention, your attention, my attention, anybody's attention, is the most valuable thing that we own. So I do not take it lightly that you would give me any part of that attention, regardless if it's just a few seconds over the last year. And I remind myself of this through arguably my top core value, my personal core value. And that says, bring value or shut the fuck up. Because noise isn't always music. And that core value, my personal core value, might seem a little bit extreme to people and maybe some of my clients, but I've always kind of held myself to a certain standard. And that is through conversation, through social media content, through working with clients. And this is essentially meaning that if there's something in which I can bring a ton of value in return for the attention that I'm going to get by saying those things, I will be the first one to speak up and talk about it. But if I do not, I tend to just be quiet because I believe that just speaking to speak is just noise and it only complicates an already noisy attention economy. But let's bring this back to like the consumer brands realm. Let's kind of get this off of me and back towards something that maybe is applicable to your business. Since we're at the end of the year, and if you guys have been a subscriber to my YouTube channel for the last year, you guys know in the end of 2018, I also did a bunch of these kind of videos where I start to recap some certain things. I did some top 5 recap type videos. I did some top 5 forward-looking videos, but I just thought it would be fun to share a few examples, kind of to me, maybe arguably the best examples of consumer brands that got our attention with some unique strategy or tactic this year. So the first one that I want to share is around Popeye's Twitter war with Chick-fil-A. Popeye's decided to kind of come out with a new chicken sandwich. The chicken sandwich was pretty close in terms of resemblance to Chick-fil-A, but organically there was some buzz kind of happening with the new Popeyes offering where consumers were really enjoying it. And Chick-fil-A, obviously catching wind of this, made a very simplistic post on Twitter, essentially kind of reaffirming that they are the original chicken sandwich and just kind of saying the elements in which is a part of the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Now, if you guys follow anything around fast food Twitter accounts, you guys know there's always some battling that's happening, usually coming from the burger joints. Also, you see it happening with Taco Bell a lot. But instead of allowing Chick-fil-A to just kind of make a passive-aggressive kind of content piece for Twitter, Popeyes decided to come back at them and essentially ask ask if Chick-fil-A was okay, if they were kind of feeling down over them not being the most popular chicken sandwich at the moment. Now that post kind of started this viral round of attention through Twitter with people that were interested in this particular Twitter battle over Chick-fil-A, which is usually very humble and very pleasant and thankful on their Twitter account, their social media, just like they are in real life. So consumers kind of caught attention of this battle and kind of wanted to egg this on the best that they can. This became extremely viral. This added a ton more attention toward people wanting to try the Popeye's chicken sandwich. If you guys watched any of like the videos of people fighting at drive-thrus and all kinds of crazy things to try to get one of these Popeye's chicken sandwiches before they sold out completely, which they did, which is essentially like unheard of if you think about this, like a fast food menu item becoming so popular that it becomes bigger than any estimated inventory controls that a large company could create. But if you did watch some of those videos and different kind of comments from people trying to get one of these chicken sandwiches before they sold out, it honestly reminded me of the 1998 Christmas season like Furby phenomenon. And that might be dating myself for some people that are watching this, but I do remember being in my early teens and not really understanding why everybody wanted these Furbies, but they became such a phenomenon. The news cycle kind of perpetuated this to the point where it became the toy, and the resale value of these things went to an astronomical level. And funny enough, you saw some resale of these Popeye's chicken sandwiches for like astronomical numbers, which I don't really know how you resell a fast food menu item, but that was the level at which this got to. The second one I want to talk about here is Allbirds responding to Amazon in a unique way. So Amazon has become notorious for basically creating copycats of very popular products on their platform. Well, Amazon decided to go after the extremely popular direct-to-consumer footwear company Allbirds by essentially creating the exact same Wool Runner shoe that Allbirds sells on their direct-to-consumer site. Now, this has happened more times than you can count from Amazon creating copycats of popular products. And for the most part, the company comes out and talks negatively about Amazon and basically saying how they have copied them and they are the big bad wolf and all kinds of other kind of negative things that they put out in press to try their best to point to Amazon copying their product. And the owners of those companies are really just trying to get ahead of the revenue loss that essentially is going to happen. But Allbirds decided to go at this completely different. One of Allbirds' co-founders decided to take to Medium and write an article, an open article to Amazon, basically calling them out. And this might seem like what I just talked about with all of the competitors kind of calling out Amazon, but Allbirds decided to take this in a different angle. They decided to call out Amazon for not using the same sustainable practices that Allbirds uses in their shoes. Allbirds is a purpose-driven brand that is based around the sustainability of their materials and sourcing and all these different things. And essentially, the letter goes on to say that Allbirds has told their secrets in terms of sourcing and everything, sustainable sourcing, to dozens of leading competitors. And they're upset that Amazon did not contact them to get these secrets because they cared more about the purpose behind their brand over the revenue that is going to be lost by Amazon copying them. This is kind of a perfect example of a brand taking a less than perfect situation in terms of the revenue picture, but turning it around in a way that has created, I'm going to assume, a ton of more fans, a ton of more people interested in Allbirds, a ton of more revenue that is new revenue that Amazon is not going to be able to get because these are going to be people that are now understanding of the purpose behind Allbirds. And number three, the one I want to talk about here, this one is just kind of like a unique strategic partnership in terms of consumer packaged goods. And this was with Cheez-Its creating a perfect adult pairing. So this summer, Cheez-Its, Kellogg's owned Cheez-Its, decided to create a boxed combination of their Cheez-Its with bottles of wine from the company House Wine. And this was a limited summer release to essentially drive awareness to the snacking brand and how it pairs amazing with wine. Because Cheez-It's, made of real cheese, if you guys have seen a lot of those commercials, they're essentially kind of trying to pair the snack Cheez-Its with wine, just as if cheese and wine also complements each other. And the result of this was it sold out online within an hour. There was so much buzz around it that it sold out in an hour. To piggyback on that and make sure that this wasn't kind of a negative thing for Cheez-It brand, Kellogg's did go out and also kind of curate some wine and Cheez-It flavors that consumers could buy separately and enjoy during the summer months. So they were able to just put a ton of attention towards their brand in a very natural, yet not normally thought of combination. Hope you guys enjoyed learning about some of those if you had not already. But what was your favorite attention-getting thing that a consumer brand did this year? I would love to hear about them, so make sure you guys do comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to help support me, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button on this video. If this is the first time you've been introduced to my videos, would love for you guys to be a part of my community by subscribing to my channel. I upload several videos just like this weekly. And if you guys want to connect further outside of this platform, I do include all of my social media links down below. I just want to thank you guys again for your time. Hopefully I gave you some value in return, and we'll see you guys on the next video.